Welcome back to It's Down to Business with Jack Miller. Call us at 305-541-2350. Follow us on Facebook at Jack Miller Down to Business or on Twitter at HJackMiller1.
Hello, everyone. This is Jack Miller with my main man, Todd Cohen here. Todd, that was a great interview. Medical marijuana. He didn't answer my question whether it turns girls on, but let's ask Jill Zarin.
There we go.
Maybe she'll know. You think she supports medical marijuana?
I would say yes.
What's your prediction?
Yes.
Yes? You think she's a romantic?
I hope so.
You hope so?
I mean, I read her book, and look, she wrote a great book. It's probably not targeted toward me, but Secrets of a Jewish Mother was a fun read, and it reminded me of my own mother.
Well, we're lucky we got Jill Zarin with us. Let's put Jill on the phone and start asking her questions. Hey, Jill, are you there, my friend?
I'm here, but I have to tell you, whoever's operating your Twitter, if you want people to call in, you might want to put the phone number on your Twitter feed.
I just want you to call in, baby.
Well, that was a problem, too, because I didn't have your number to call.
We were supposed to call you, but that's all right. Little confusion. Anyway, Jill,
yeah.
welcome.
Well, because you know what? I'm not a perfectionist, because God knows I'm not a perfectionist, but if people were listening in at 3 o'clock, they didn't hear me. So I got a couple of people after me saying, "Where are you?"
Jill, we want your undivided attention, and if we give your number out, we know that the South Miami market down here and everywhere else that would call in and
it's just like my wife.
Totally hijack the show.
I come home, she starts yelling at me. I'm telling you, it's the truth. My wife says, you'll be fine. You're talking to one Jewish lady, you're talking to another. Oh, I talk to Jewish women all day long. So, Jill, you having a good time at Art Basel? Let's deal with that first.
I'll be honest, I'm exhausted already. I've only been here 20 hours, and I don't think I can do any more. No, we went to like 4 parties last night. Allie left, my daughter, my 23-year-old, at like 8 o'clock this morning for the Perez Museum, some walk and talk. We're very, she really loves art. And I went shopping in the design district to these stores and checking it out and had lunch with some friends. And then I just came back to my hotel, which is really where everything's happening down here, where I am. So I don't even know why I leave. It's all happening, down on the beach. So, I mean, there's a lot going on everywhere.
That's
say the least. And then tonight, like another 4th thing, every night. Although tomorrow, I have to say, I stay in my hotel all day. There's events here all day and night, and I don't have to leave. So that's a good thing.
It sounds exhausting. I'm too tired.
It's exhausting, but I love it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it.
Well, a couple things, Jill. I want to start off by telling you, and I was going to tell you this anyway, but I believe, and a bunch of your fans believe, and literally they were yelling at me, wanted me to tell you that you are getting better looking with age. Not that you were bad looking before, but you are aging gracefully, and you are sexier than ever.
Oh, wow. That's a nice comment. That must be from a man, but thank you.
Well,
I hope.
It was actually from Jack and I, but that's okay.
That was from Todd and myself, but it actually came from a few other women who posted it to my Facebook page, and I don't know, went on some housewife page.
I'll tell them I'll send them a check. But no, I appreciate the compliment. Really, it's just not being on the show anymore is what made me younger.
I don't know. I don't know how you dealt with that.
I don't either.
I'm half kidding.
A bunch of lunatics. So let me ask you a question. How'd you get Jill? I don't know if everyone knows this, but Jill is the Straits Matzah spokesperson. Correct, Jill?
Strites.
Yes.
Strites. How did you get that? How did you get that?
I know
gig?
it sounds like straight, so you're not wrong. It's pronounced straight, except in the word strites, so it's crazy. I'm the national brand spokesperson for Strites Matzah. I have been for over a year now. So it's a great gig.
How'd you get that?
I'm like Miss Jew. You want to know how I got? It's a crazy story how I got it. So I've become very interested in racehorses, and I belong to actually a women's syndicate. There's 5 women. We all invested money to buy some racehorses, and we were in Saratoga last summer. And another a guy there is also a horse race owner, and he's one of the sons of Strites. The grandson. One of the family members. Actually, there's no Strites. His name isn't Strites, but he's part of the family. And he said, you'd be the perfect spokesperson, and that's how I met him. And then we just took it from there. It took about a month to work out the deal, but it's great. It's great. It keeps me in my Jewish roots and keeps me doing good things. And I do charity work with them, and I go to Jewish homes and things like that. And they donate. They're very generous and donate products for the holidays and things like that. So it's been great, and they're a great family. Also 90 years old. I'm with the Zarin family. My husband's Bobby Zarin. He owns Zarin Fabrics on the Lower East Side in New York City. Strites was also Lower East Side, 90 years there, and they just recently moved.
Oh,
they
wow.
Just gave up. Yeah, they moved to, I believe I'm not even 100% sure exactly where, but to New City, up in that area, up in Rockland County, New York. They had to. They got an offer that they couldn't refuse.
Is Sammy's Romanian still over there?
It is. Sammy's Romanian is still there.
Love that place.
Okay, Jill, so it seems to me, I want to jump into some questions because we don't have that much time with you. And I have so many good questions for you that I don't think have been asked before. It seems to me that in the Housewives, it's a disaster for marriages. It seems the marriages fall apart either before they're on the Housewives or they all seem to be doomed after the show. But from outside appearances, and again, it's just outside appearances, you and Bobby seem to get along great and to be like the yin for the yang. Like
it's true. He actually just walked in, so now I have to tell you, that has to be nice. Bobby is a very special person. I just happen to have gotten very lucky to marry someone. I call him like Saint Bobby, who has the patience of a saint. And there's really nothing, and maybe it's age and wisdom, I don't know, but there's really nothing that'll make him sweat. So I could run circles and circles and scream and yell and whatever, and nothing bothers him. He's like Teflon.
So
nothing.
all of the nonsense that went on with the Housewives, it didn't bother Bobby? He put up with it?
Nope.
I'm amazed.
When you first went on the show,
was you with the Housewives show? Anything? Nope. He's shaking his head now.
No. He wasn't even concerned when you first did it.
You'll see. Nothing bothered him.
I know that. I watched it. I'm a Housewives fan. So how did you meet Bobby?
I met Bobby. Actually, he has a store there in Fabrics and Louis. Thought I was a customer, and his son went to camp with my nephew. And my nephew and his son were best friends, and they came to my house. It's just a whole series of different events. And then eventually his son fixed us up on a blind date when we were both kind of free. So he was getting divorced, I was getting divorced, and his son introduced us on a date, a proper date.
On the date, was it like love at first sight?
Love at first sight. Done.
It was.
Done and done. I was the first girlfriend he dated when he got divorced, and he was the first guy I was with after I got divorced.
Lot of romance? Lot of romance?
Lot of romance. Lot of romance.
Okay.
Bobby's hot. Gotta say it. I married a hot guy.
I got questions on that after, but I don't want to jump too much into that because I'm afraid you're going to yell at me and stuff. So what did the show do for Zarin Fabrics?
That's a really good question. What did the show do for Zarin Fabrics? The show continues to do for Zarin Fabrics because it became a national name. I mean, it was always a name. Like if you were from New York, you knew Zarin. I mean, you kind of had to. And internationally, we always advertised in the trades all over the place. But because of the show, it became everyone knows Zarin. I hope everyone knows. If they watch the show, they know Zarin Fabrics. They know that we're a discount fabric warehouse and we sell, designer and decorative fabrics for homes. So at minimum, they know that, and hopefully they go to our website. I would say it was 90% good, 10% bad, if you can call it bad. I mean, there's always fans and things like that are haters, and I'm sure you experience that yourself with whatever you do. Everyone does. But 90% great. I mean, we just got a lot of new customers who come in, and it's given us an opportunity to, continue to grow our business on the Lower East Side. It's not easy out there having a store, brick and mortar.
Very hard.
Not.
Very hard.
And we need our customers, and we need people to come downtown and want to stay loyal to us.
Now,
it's hard. It's a competitive world.
Just to change gears a little bit, what actually happened with Bethany?
No one cares about Bethany.
I know no one cares, but I want to know if it was scripted or if it was like
I'm not giving Bethany any time. I
got no time.
Question. Nothing was scripted. Nothing was scripted.
I want to know. Okay, let me ask you a serious question, Jill. Okay,
go baby.
Because we have a break. Okay, and Jill challenged me. Okay, off the air. What do you think? Now, I happen to be married to a Jewish lady who is the same age as you. Okay. How many times do you think the appropriate number of times each week is to be romantic and intimate?
To express yourself maritally?
With your spouse?
Being honest, minimum once a week.
Minimum once a week. Okay, I got that. Now,
being honest and real, and you have kids, and you have a life, and you're tired, and you have a million other things going on in your brain.
Once a week.
To let it all out, once a week, you're doing good.
Okay. Now,
more than that, you're doing great.
You're doing great. Now, in your case, or it doesn't have to be you, but someone who you would know, who's more aggressive in that area, the male or the female?
Ooh. I kind of think it depends on the couple.
What about like in the Zarin household?
Sometimes the guy wants the girl to make the first move because he doesn't want to come off as being aggressive and rejected, because the girl ultimately controls the yes or the no. So if he asks and she says no, he's rejected. So he might just, I think a lot of guys wait for the girl to make the first move and then go in for the kill.
Then go in for the kill. I don't know. In my house, I have to make the first move.
Wait, you do or you do not?
I do, 100%. My wife still gets embarrassed after like almost 30 years of marriage.
Is it ever pre-planned, or is it like a tacit agreement, or is it like an eye? You give them the eye across the room, you nudge them in bed?
It doesn't have to be physical. It's more of, let's cuddle. It's more something like very passive, not aggressive.
Right.
And that way there's no rejection involved. Because it's like, I don't want to cuddle. That means, no, you're not getting any.
Gotcha.
Right?
There you
So
go.
you don't have to say it. You just do it.
So you ask, who's asking who in your house to cuddle? You're asking Bobby, or Bobby's asking you, or it's 50-50?
I think it's 50-50.
50-50.
Bobby, I think 50-50.
Okay.
I do. I think it's like 50-50.
Now, how does the...
But like I said, it's passive-aggressive, so no one gets rejected. It's more of like, leave me alone, I'm not in the mood.
We have to. Believe me, I know that feeling. We have to take.
I'm sure you do.
We have to take a commercial break in a minute, but I have one quick question before the commercial break. How does the remote control clicker fit into this whole situation in bed in your house?
I'm the boss. There's nothing to talk about.
So you have the remote
Wow.
control.
Was that a euphemism?
Bobby, who's in charge of the remote control? He doesn't even fight for it anymore. He just hands it over.
Now, do you put it down? Okay, we got to take a break, but when we come back, Jill, will be a break for 3 minutes. I want to know, when you're making love, do you put the remote control down? Because my wife does not.
Well, I want to know, wait a minute, who's in charge of the remote?
I am normally, except when we make love. Jill, stay with us for 3 minutes. We got to take a commercial break, my love.
Don't turn that dial. We'll be right back.
Do you need long-term real estate financing? Gelt Financial is located right here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and provides 30-year terms with no balloon payment whatsoever on non-owner occupied residential and commercial real estate. With a minimum loan amount of only $75,000 all the way up to $5 million, we provide common sense underwriting and a quick closings. We don't require tax returns whatsoever. Call right now at 561-221-0900. Again, that's 561-221-0900.
Did you invest in a non-liquid real estate partnership? Do you want and need liquidity? There's finally an answer. Quick Liquidity is a direct buyer of real estate minority interest and tenants in common investments across the country. To find out if we would buy your non-liquid investment, call us at 561-221-0881 or visit us at quickliquidity.com. That's quickliquidity.com.
You're locked into 880 The Biz.
South Florida's only business talk station. 880 The Biz.
Where money talks.
Welcome back to It's Down to Business with Jack Miller. Call us at 305-541-2350. Follow us on Facebook at Jack Miller Down to Business or on Twitter at HJackMiller1.
Hello, everyone. This is Jack Miller with Todd Cohen. We have Jill Zarin on the phone, and in the background, we have Bobby Zarin. Extra special treat.
What a day.
What a
When
day.
you get Jill, you get Bobby.
Hey,
I'll
Jill.
take it.
Jill, this is Todd. I just want to say I'm sorry. My trusty co-host forgot to mention to me that not to mention she who should not be mentioned. So I apologize.
It's not that. I just have so many good questions for Jill. And you know what? I watched a bunch of Jill Zarin interviews. Jill, excuse me, Todd and I are having a little bit of a marital dispute here. Okay. I've watched thousands of interviews, of Jill, and they all ask her the same question. Who is asking her when she met Bobby? Was it love at first sight? How many people does she tell that her and Bobby do it once a week?
I don't know.
Okay, I got that scoop.
Hold on. You said what should be the average.
Oh, should be. So let me ask you a question.
She didn't say that that's what she did, by the way.
What's okay in your house, and that's good once a week. I think we might be sorry to tell you more than once a week.
More than once a week.
Not all the time, but yeah. Bob, I can't say it on the radio. I have very funny things I could say, but trust me. Bobby's in good shape. As long as Bobby's in good shape, we're in good shape.
There you go.
My
as
wife
long as he's happy, I'm happy.
My wife has the same philosophy.
Should I give you my best advice?
Yes.
Well, actually, I don't think I could say that either.
You
on
can.
You can.
You
What?
can.
Believe me, you can.
I can't do
What's
it.
the worst that happens? They throw me.
He knows what I'm thinking. He can read my mind. That's how close we are.
Go for
All
it.
I could say is like when he's happy, you get whatever you want. When he's not happy, you're not getting anything.
Listen to me. My wife has the same philosophy. Whether she wants to or whether I want it or not, she takes care of me periodically just to keep me.
Exactly.
Yeah, just to keep me in line.
You got to keep the pipes open.
100%. And it's good. By the way, it's very good for the prostate. It's very good for prostate cancer.
Exactly. You know.
I know. Hey, what do you think of medical marijuana? I don't want to say.
What do I think of medical marijuana? How fast can I get a license and open up a
Told
clinic?
ya.
I mean, I'm all in.
I got you.
Told you, Jack.
By the way, I don't smoke. If I did, I would say it. I'm not, I don't smoke and I don't drink. I'm pretty boring. I don't smoke it because it gives me a terrible headache. It makes me hungry. It does absolutely nothing for me that would be of any use to make me even a human being. However, I believe it doesn't affect everyone the same because I know people who love it and are completely fine smoking it. I'd be a zombie and I couldn't even walk down the hallway. So I don't like it for myself. I think it has incredible medical benefits for people who have cancer, who are suffering in pain, who have diseases that don't allow them to eat, and they need that appetite increased. And I just think that it's nobody's business. It's your body. You do what you want.
I agree.
That's my opinion.
What's your favorite music? Like, who are your top 3 or 4 favorite
I'm a
artists?
disco girl.
Disco,
My whole
huh?
Spotify is all classic disco.
Donna Summer.
Give me Fran Jolie, and I'm in heaven.
Oh, yeah?
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Fran
I do.
Jolie? Oh,
Of
she was
course.
the best.
Never even heard
I'm not
of it.
sure, hopefully she's still alive.
Did you spend any
yeah.
time at Studio 54?
I was very young. I want to say I was 15, and I did. I went. I stood in line, trying to get in, begging to get in. I think I got in twice. I really stayed at Xenon. That was easier to get into. And there was another place called like Electric Circus that I went to a few times, and Palladium. But really, Xenon was my place because Studio 54, quite frankly, I wasn't a celebrity, and I wasn't a kid celebrity, so it was hard to get in.
Who do you think?
And thank God, because had I been older and allowed to go, God knows what trouble I would have been in.
Big trouble.
I was there at the tail end of that era.
Are you calmer now as you get older, you think?
Am I calmer now?
Yeah.
I think there are moments of calmness, but not really.
Not really. Still a wild woman. I got it. Hey, who do you like? Who do you like for president so far?
Oh, you don't really want to know, do you?
Yeah, sure.
I like Donald. Sorry.
Well,
what are you so? Hey,
I know Bobby's like, don't say that.
You're not alone on this show.
I like Donald.
We had a bunch of Donald Trump
Stumpers.
We had Diamond and Silk. We had Roger Stone. We had Jimmy Lissette. We had tons.
And Brad Thomas.
Brad Thomas was writing a book on Donald Trump. So.
Yeah, we've had many guests who feel the same way, and he's been a huge topic of conversation.
But I have to caveat it that he's a personal friend and family. They're like, I'm on the board of the Eric Trump Foundation with his son and St. Jude Hospital. So I'm very close with the family, and I was at his son's wedding. So, I have like kind of a personal interest in the White House dinners. I kind of love thinking, but I really do like his family, and I like, I feel like you don't just get him, you get them all.
But you would,
and he's got an incredible family. And one thing, Donald, not going to shout out from the rooftop because I think there's other good candidates, but I will say that Donald knows what he knows, and he knows what he doesn't know. And if he doesn't know it, he'll pay someone, he'll hire someone, he'll find the right person who does.
Well, Reagan was that way.
He will be smart enough to go find out from people who do know what to do.
That's right.
And that's what you need. You need someone who's willing to say, I don't know what I don't know.
Now, what's your thoughts about Israel? Because, we think he would be good.
I'm pro-Israel. I'm, my daughter's going on birthright in January.
Oh, great.
And I'm still letting her go, even though what's going on in the world, unless something happens particularly in Israel. Of course, I wouldn't be responsible, but Allison wants to go. Birthright's not canceling because of Harris. And, I feel that she'll be safe there.
She will be safe.
They'll keep her away from anything, that's going on that she shouldn't be near.
I mean, who's going to tell you that you're safe in this country or any more safe? I mean, look what we have going on here.
Go to San Bernardino, see how safe they feel.
Right.
She's going to have a great time in Israel, and it's going to change her life.
I know. Well, I have to say, I took her to Israel. I did. I took her to Israel about 5 years ago. I made sure she went before, she went off into the world where I couldn't control her. I did take her, but now she's going with the kids her own age, and she's going to have a great time.
She's going to have a good time. So let me ask you a question. What kind of guy are you looking for Allie? Like, what's your ideal
I know
spouse?
this sounds so cliche, has to be Jewish.
Uh-huh.
And I know it's like, well, doesn't he have to be nice? It doesn't have to be this. Yeah, of course, that's kind of assumed, but he has to be Jewish.
Okay.
That's like
what
non-negotiable. Mm-hmm. It's in my book. that we say it, and why. Because it's not so much about religion, because if she was Catholic or whatever, or science, whatever it is, I'd want her to marry the same. I think it's about culture, and I think it's about having one less thing to have to not get along about.
Right.
Raising your children, having a tree, not having a tree, holidays, and all this other stuff. You have enough problems that you're going to have to negotiate. You don't have to negotiate this. Don't go into marriage having to negotiate religion. It's tough enough out there.
So
there aren't enough of us Jews. We kind of need to stick together and procreate a little bit more.
It's true.
All for that.
I'm very honest. And I believe that for other religions. They should marry and stay together and build their base,
No arguments from us there. Other than the Jewish part, what else?
Oh, smart.
Smart. Okay.
You know what?
You're
you don't
out,
have
Jack.
To be rich.
That's it.
You are out.
You don't have to be rich. People would think I say, oh, it's got to be, successful. Nope. It's got to be smart.
Well, you are
because
successful.
As my father said in life, money is round, comes and goes. But if you're smart, you'll make it back. If you're smart, you'll figure out your problem.
So you are smart.
If I wanted to marry someone, I'd rather her marry someone who has nothing, but he's smart, and he's going to make his way in the world, and for her. So, because she's smart. She went to Vanderbilt. She's smart. She needs to be with another smart person. To keep her interested.
Has your fame and stardom what's the effect has it had on her?
Allie's completely embarrassed by the whole thing. She's much more of a snob than I was ever in my life, ever, and I'm not. So I'm much more. She's not a snob, like a little bit of an elite. Like she's private. She's very different than me. We're complete opposites.
So she's
private. I'm very public. I'll give you my opinion. She'll hold it back.
So I'm not asking her how many times she's making love every week.
Definitely don't ask her that.
I won't ask her now
because
she's
probably
afraid.
wouldn't be on the phone to be asked.
I understand.
She doesn't. She was offered a lot of money to do a television show last year with me, and she wouldn't do it. I would have done it because I would have done it with her to have fun.
What was that, the Millionaire Matchmaker?
No, she was on that.
No, she did Millionaire Matchmaker because Patty's my best friend, and it was really a tongue-in-cheek, one-episode show. This was like a series, and I can't really get into what it's about, but let's just say it would have delved into personal things, and she's not going there with anybody for anything. She wants to have a life. She wants to have a job. She doesn't want to be humiliated, embarrassed. It's not worth it. There's not enough money to pay her.
I don't blame
for that.
I don't blame
So, I have a lot of respect for her.
It's crazy. Hey, I know you just came off of a fantastic movie, and I heard it did very well. Where are you, what's your career looking like the next couple years? You think you have more movies, more TV shows?
More books?
Well,
more books?
I just wrote my first scripted series over the summer with 2 other writers. So, everything in those, it's really a crapshoot. I think it's really good. We got to find someone else who thinks it's really good and put it on television. So I'm working on that, and that's kind of a long process, those things. And then I just did David Spade's new show called Fameless. It's the second season, and I did that in L.A. I like to do these one-offs. I like to experience life and do things, and then I'm done. Like, once I've done it, I have, ADD. So I'm not the kind of person who could be in the same job every day doing the same thing. Every day has to be different. That's just the way I am. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I know that I'm going to have. I know I'm planning vacations. I hope my daughter finds a guy and gets married, and I can plan a wedding one of these years. My parents, thank God, are alive and living in Boca. We want to see them and spend time with them as much as possible. Bobby's got 3 children. We have 3 grandchildren. We try to be with them, and we're just having a good time. And when opportunities come, I take them. I also have my Squeeze Couture line, my Shaper line. It's still in stores. I'm still alive with that. It's amazing.
Right. I also saw you have you have a real estate license, and Jack and I are in the real estate business. What do you do anything with that?
I really got my license so I could buy my own apartment and save the money.
Save the money.
There you go.
I swear to God,
that's excellent.
It was a new building, and it was 4% if you were a broker.
That's honest and smart. So good for you.
So I've actually lapsed it since, and I really should not have done that. But I wasn't using it, and I don't need it, and But if I wanted it, I can pick it back up again. But I love real estate. Bobby's a real estate investor, and he buys real estate all over the country, commercial real estate like Rite Aid and stuff like that.
Oh.
So that's what he does. That keeps him busy. That's what pays our bills. And so he does okay. And we're just having, we're just living life and healthy. And that's, I keep my husband healthy and Allie and make sure she's okay. And, that's what I do. I'm a mom.
I sell those properties all over the country.
I would love to act more. The acting is, it's such a crapshoot. It really is. I mean, if you speak to working actors, they'll tell you how many auditions they went on to get that role, like 100, or how many roles they didn't get before they got that role. It's a very slow, torturous business, and I don't know if I'm up for that. It's like if it comes to me, I'll do it, but I'm not out there.
I was going to say, doesn't the rejection, like, I'd be like, the rejection would kill me.
It would kill me.
Yeah.
But don't you do sales for a living?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I do sales, I never ask them to make the sale. I make them ask me.
There
The
you
same
go.
thing with dating.
That's good.
Like when I was single, like I'm married 29 years, so a long time ago, I never, ever ask a girl out on a date. I never even ask my wife if she wants to marry me. But we're married 29 years because I'm always afraid of rejection. It's the same thing in the bed, too. I'm always afraid of rejection. So I always try to position it where they have to ask me.
That's why you have such, I don't want to say it.
That's why I have so many doctor bills and shrink
You're
bills.
so paranoid about
I'm
everything.
paranoid. I'm just like, well, yeah, I'm a mess, but whatever. It's part of life. Listen to me. What happens? Jill comes on the phone. She starts yelling at me, right? That's what a Jewish...
did?
Yeah, of course you did. But that's what my wife does. That's what my mother-in-law does. That's what my mother does.
I think you like it.
I don't know if I
I
like
don't
it.
even notice.
I know. Well,
I
either
don't
does
even
my.
notice.
It's funny because my kids are always telling my wife, "What are you screaming about?" And she goes, "I'm not screaming. That's just the way I talk." And that's the way.
Exactly. Was it really screaming, or was it just saying something that was right, and it just sounded like I was screaming because I was right?
Probably that.
Because I just had that happen with a friend of mine yesterday who was wrong, and he says, I screamed at him. And I said, I didn't scream at you. I just told you what you did, and you were wrong, and now you're taking it defensively because you were wrong.
I kind of think it's funny. I'm excited by it.
But did I raise my voice? Apologies.
Dad, I don't. I think it's great. Believe me, I think it's great. Hey, speaking
help
of that,
myself,
did you see 50 Shades of Grey?
The first one, is there a second one?
No, the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that
Kidding.
great?
I would think I was the first one to read the series.
Wasn't that?
I locked myself in a hotel with Bobby in Santa Monica that weekend. We read the whole book. It was unbelievable.
Wow.
That was a hot weekend.
Yeah, that was really hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need another series like that, actually.
I don't know if
I need to find another book
Why
like that.
don't you
was so
write
good.
one? Why don't you write one? I mean, it'll be a huge divergence from Secrets of a Jewish Mother, but still,
Yeah.
I mean,
It might be a little, I don't know. I don't know if I've got that kind of a book in me. But I might have another kind of book in me. We'll see.
Well, we think you should go with it. We think we should go with it. Hey, any advice, if you had a friend, well, you have a lot of friends who are on the Housewives, but would you, like, what advice do you give the new Housewives or the new reality stars?
A lot of advice.
Okay.
There's a lot of advice. Well, it depends on what topic. I mean, so, like, I would give them advice about social media, about what it's like, when you get on television and the fans start to write you and things like that, and some people aren't always so nice, and how to handle that or not handle that, so things like that. I think that's the kind of help I give them.
Any economic advice? Because it seems to me that and I obviously don't know this, but being on the Housewives is like the gateway to fame, and you can use that to monetize it, and maybe.
I do. I mean, I think, ironically, you watch Shark Tank and you say to yourself, I said this to Bobby the other day, you watch Shark Tank, which I love, and you see a company go on there for 10 minutes, okay, pitch a product, and if it's a good product, it has to be a good product, but if it's a good product, overnight, they're multimillionaires. They're selling gazillions of products, especially if one of the sharks invests in them. But even if the shark doesn't invest in them, I've actually followed up with some of them online, and sometimes they may not stay in business with the product that they tried to get because they didn't have the money to do it, but they end up being like a public speaker on how to be a business person.
Yeah,
all because of that 7 minutes on Shark Tank, I swear to God. So you say to yourself, well, gee, if that person on Shark Tank was on The Real Housewives, could you imagine how much more product they would have sold?
So if you were to do it over and know what you know now, how would you have better monetized the Zarin brand kind of in the beginning?
Well, I did know. I just was too lazy. I
understand.
I knew exactly what to do. I built I worked for a $150 million stock company. I was in it. I knew what to do. I just didn't want to do it. Bobby was kind of retiring, and he didn't really want to work that hard. And I didn't want to work that hard. So I built my own things. I did Squeeze Couture and stuff like that. But Zarin, the way to do is home goods. Actually, I did do one thing, but I didn't do it under the Zarin name. I did a bedding line for Bed Bath & Beyond. It was a capsule collection, but it never went further. I think I probably should have done that under Zarin Fabrics, probably not under my name. But at that time, my name was probably the better name, what we thought to go with. It's tough in home goods because it's just tough. Business and home is a tough business. But I would say that you should have a product, no question about it. You should have something, or partner with somebody. That would be my advice, is to go find the next Shark Tank people and tell them you're going to be on a reality show and partner with them and say, I'll put your product on, let's be partners. That way you don't have to do both. It's hard to do both. It's hard to build a brand and be a TV person. It really is.
No, running a business is a 25-hour-a-day job.
It is. And then imagine that adding on a reality show. So it's hard. So I'd say find a good partner.
Gotcha. Hey, when you guys used to go out for, I don't have too many housewife questions, but here's a couple of them. When you guys used to go out for these big dinners or vacations or take limos, did you have
paid?
Yeah, who paid?
First season, we paid. The housewives paid. As the shows got more successful, the shows started to pay. So the trips the show paid for. So I love when I see these reality shows and they're like, I'm inviting you to come to my birthday party. I hate your guts, but I'm inviting you to Jamaica. And it's like, yeah, because Housewives is paying for it. I mean, that's why, and it's not your party, it's their party, but that's just the way TV world works.
But wasn't
they make it seem like you're paying for it, but you're not paying for anything. But the first season of Housewives, we paid for everything. And not only did we pay for everything, we also paid for our own taxis to get to filming.
But let me ask you, when you go to a restaurant and they show the name of the restaurant, isn't the restaurant paying somebody for that publicity?
Sometimes the restaurant would give you free. In the beginning, they didn't know if it was going to do anything for them, so it really depends on the restaurant. For the most part, the restaurants gave you free drinks. I mean, they didn't charge you.
Gotcha.
They didn't charge you.
But and
over time, they don't charge for the food or anything.
But they weren't paying, $30,000 an episode for a promotional fee or something like that.
No. Only Donald was smart enough to get that money for The Apprentice. He got The Apprentice. He got Kodak to give him like $5 million to have that infomercial.
That's why we need him.
By the way, I happen to know that because I was the brand spokesperson for Kodak for a while. Well, another gig I had in my past. I've done a lot of really great. I mean, I think back and I've had some great exposure, great experience.
So
it's been 10 years. I've been on that show 10 years. I started in 2006.
How do you keep yourself in such good shape? What's your secret?
Lots of sex.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's how I keep myself in good shape.
That's what Jack does, too.
That's what it is. No, you know what? I take care of my skin. I use some, different products. I'm sure all products are good, but I use this Stages of Beauty stuff. And I go to Dr. Wexler, Pat Wexler in New York. She does my Botox and stuff. But I take care of myself.
You don't need Botox, Jill.
Oh, no. I'm loaded.
Cut that
Botox.
out.
But not just Botox. It's more Restylane, filler.
Whatever
Filler's
it is.
My friend.
Filler's
my friend. That should be the...
so go visit
That should be their brand statement. Filler is my friend.
I'm not a believer in Botox. Forget it. You're naturally beautiful. You don't need that crap.
My mother is beautiful, I have to say. She looks amazing. My mother's 81. She looks unbelievable.
It's the Boca lifestyle. It's the Boca lifestyle.
It's the Boca lifestyle.
Hey, Andy...
It's Woodfield Country Club.
I know. I wasn't going to say it. Her mother, Todd.
No, I don't care.
She lives around the corner from you.
Literally right across the street from
you guys could go out to early bird dinners and play bridge together.
We love Woodfield.
That's great.
We love it, too. we love it, too. We love it, too.
Gate. It's okay. I don't think people are coming to me. By the way, I always find that funny when people are like, I can't give you my email, my phone. I'm like, if somebody calls me, you don't want to talk to them, hang up. I mean, what are they going to do? Kill you through the phone? And email, here's my email, jill@jillzarin.com. Anybody want to write to me, go ahead.
Go for it.
I get enough spam so I can get emails from people who don't want to spam me.
That's true.
It's all good.
Well, I think you're going to have a lot of people write you. I tell you, Jill, I find you charming, beautiful. I think you're. I think you're great. And we only have 2 minutes
left.
Make
my weekend.
No, I am so happy that you joined Todd and I today, and I'm so happy you started out yelling at me. It just makes me feel right at home, and it does.
So good, huh?
Oh, my wife's going to be.
See, Bobby, you're not the only one I yell at.
It's great. It's great. It's great. It's just great for my persona to get yelled at by another Jewish woman. It's like that.
Jack is glowing right now.
Yeah.
And Jack, I told you your name is my grandfather was Jack, and my other grandfamily's name in the family was Miller. So you've got both names of my family.
On both
there.
your sides.
Of course, I'm sure other people have told you that.
Only Jill, only you, baby. Only you.
Only me.
Only you. Jill, I really appreciate it. I feel bad we have to go, but...
Wait, I just realized you guys are Jack and Jill.
That's exactly
That's
right.
awesome.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And Jill, happy birthday, by the way. It was just Jill's birthday, I think.
It was
happy
my
birthday,
I turned
Jill.
40 again and again.
There
and
you
again.
go.
Good, I like it.
I understand. Jill, thank you very much. Thank Bobby.
Thank you. Bobby, they say thank you to you, too.
And tell Bobby we hoped us talking about sex and things like that kind of got you in the spirit, and you're going to take a nap now with Bobby and cuddle and all of that stuff.
I'm going to call it right now. I'm getting my hair and makeup person coming at 5 o'clock to get me ready for tonight.
Have fun. Jill,
have a great time.
Jill,
Enjoy Miami.
You're the best. Tell Bobby I said hi.
Thank you so much, and good luck with everything you guys are up to.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you. Todd, another great show, my friend.
Oh, wow, was that one fun.
Next week, everyone, we have a super Hanukkah show, so I can't wait for that. Everyone, thank you. It was a great week. We talked about sex. We had Jill Zarin. We talked about pot. What else can we do? Thank you, everyone.
I don't know. Maybe we should talk about real estate one of these shows.
Oh, I forgot. That's what we do to make our living. We'll do that in 2 shows. Thank
All
you,
right.
everyone. Have a great day.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to tune in next Thursday at 3 o'clock on 880 The Biz. If you want to send in your questions, comments, or ideas for shows, please email Jack Miller at geltfinancial.com. Follow us on Facebook at Jack Miller Down to Business or on Twitter at HJackMiller1.